What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Hi, I'm Glenn from fakeshemp.net, and in case you don't know it, this is What the Fuck Was That? It's a teeny, tiny micro podcast. It strips the flesh off those movies that are rotten to the core. So the trailer declares, from the producer of A Nightmare on Elm Street. And with that, I guess some people were duped into thinking that Children of the Living Dead was going to be a horror movie of substance. Idiots. Of course, those who are a little more switched on to the way of the George Romero Zombie Saga franchise and its parallel Living Dead series, and the myriad of stupid remakes and reboots and sidequels and turdish remakes of sequels, know damn well that Children of the Living Dead is not something one needs to concern themselves with. In fact, walk away. Just walk away. Horror buffs know that when George Romero and his creative business partner John Russo went separate ways, Romero retained the rights to develop his Dead series, while Russo was allowed to push ahead with the Living Dead moniker. From it, Russo created the awesome Return of the Living Dead franchise. Well, the first 3 films are worth it. Anyway, it's a long and twisted story with countless films being bred from one iconic horror masterpiece, and in turn, an evolution that's far too complex to discuss at length on a micro podcast like this. So all you need to know is that Children of the Living Dead was made for video in 2001, with Russo serving as executive producer. It's a festering fecal gumbo that Russo has tried to divorce himself from ever since. The basic rundown of the story sees a businessman relocating the residents of a local cemetery into a mass grave. This comes a decade after a serial rapist led a massive zombie invasion that left the town devastated. Whatever. It's a dumb movie and the plot is irrelevant. Shot on video, Children of the Living Dead looks like a first-year student film. It is pure pox. Awful makeup effects. It's the quality of gore that Troma would reject, and it has the caliber of acting that's typically found in a bootleg porn movie. Can you believe that I actually own this piece of shit on DVD? It's true. I first purchased it as an aficionado looking to fulfill the collection. I was trying to complete the saga, but of course it arrived with some of the most fucking cringeworthy cover art I've ever seen. Like, not even bad Photoshop quality. More like a Microsoft Paint hack job, if I'm going to be honest. And I forgot to mention that horror maestro Tom Savini has a role in Children of the Living Dead. It goes without saying that he's a bona fide legend of horror, but when it comes to this franchise, he's ricocheted between them like a pinball inside the Shack Attack. Shack Attack, that's a thing. Trust me. He did the gore effects on Dawn of the Dead, he directed the remake of Night of the Living Dead, and then he fronts up in this fucking awful Children of the Living Dead. The whole mess and tangle of this franchise and its tributaries is better suited to a full-length podcast. Hey, we've got a new podcast called Franchise, and I'm sure we'll get to it eventually. But when all is said and done, Children of the Living Dead is a skid mark on the legacy and qualifies for one of the most abhorrent and insulting tangents of all time. Don't even waste your time for curiosity's sake, even if you find it online for free. Yeah, nah. So this is where I stop. If you want more of me, head over to fakeshemp.net and listen to our amazing franchised podcast. And don't forget our other one, Rewind and Digress. Find them on Podbean and Stitcher. Hey, throw us a few votes on iTunes. So that's it. I'll catch you on the next episode, zombie fuckers.
What the fuck?